Shout out to all the builders out there. Shout out to all the individuals who are moving towards a mission, advancing with purpose, realigning to their access. This is Flourishing, Omri, Los Angeles. How are you feeling today? Who is in beast mode? Who is preparing to shake the room? Who is feeling Una today? How is it going right now? Let's check in on the markets. They are red. They are down. The Dow is down 154 points to 30,147. S&P 500 down 17 points to 3,705. NASDAQ down 14 points to 12,750. And many of you may be looking at the markets right now, and you may be seeing all the red, and your pressure is going up. You are feeling like panic. You are saying to yourself, sell, sell, sell. You are not thinking clearly in an investment horizon. You have to have wisdom and you have to have compassion right as you navigate through investment markets. And you have to ask yourself these questions. Is your vision still clear? Is your strategy still sound? What is your time horizon? And what is your risk tolerance for volatility? If you can ask yourself those questions and already have them in mind, then you can take a stretch and a breath when you see the markets turn red and know that you are still in a good place. That a red day or a red week or a red month will not impede where you are going, because you know the vision, you know the strategy, you've implemented what the time horizon will be and what the volatility risk level is that you hold. So those are some considerations to keep in mind in the equity markets. Checking in on the crypto markets, they're green. Well, they're a bit mixed actually. Bitcoin in the last 24 hours, down 3. In the last hour, up 0.3 to 22,716. Ethereum at 642, down 4%, 0.3% in the last 24 hours and up 0.3% in the last hour. Shifting gears into startup funding and our carried heavy 7. Before we go there, let's take a deep breath in, inhale. And release. That felt good. One more time. Inhale. And release. Every time you pivot, every time you transition, every time you move into a new arena, you have to take a moment to hit reset. You have to take a moment to gain your composure before you begin to advance again. So this is why, as we shifted from equities, crypto, into startup funding, into builders, this is why we took a moment to pause and to pivot. Pause and pivot. All right. New on the list today, all new carried heavy 7. San Francisco, as always, is on the map. San Francisco, you're doing it. You're doing it. The organization, Discord. Some of you are sleeping on Discord. Some of you haven't heard about Discord, but I've been using it for a while now. I know it's hugely popular in crypto. That's how I was actually turned on to Discord a while back. Discord has received $100 million funding round, Series H funding round. They have the bag secured. I know somebody in San Francisco is popping bottles and naming yachts today. A solid move from Discord. Discord is a chat and communication service to talk and hang out with friends and communities. But let me tell you, they have these privacy functionalities. They have links that you can make public to join the server. They have links that can be for a limited period of time where you can join a server. It's like it offers a bit of privacy, right? When you want to have private communications, but also if you want to have a place for more public communications, you could have that as well. It's a nice little mix, and it's a solid app. Now, It may take some time for you to get acquainted with it, right? It doesn't feel like some of the other services, right? It doesn't feel like Twitter. It doesn't feel like Facebook. It doesn't feel like some of the services that you're a little more used to. It's a little more nuanced, but they have this audio feature. They have all these boards. It's solid, solid, solid. Um, Discord is led by co-founder and CEO Jason Citron. Stanislav is the CTO and co-founder. Andy Swanson, head of publisher relations. And let's see, who else do we want to call out here? Director of engineering, Michael Gear. So shout out to the team, Jason Citron and the crew over there at Discord for being in beast mode, being in boss mode, for shaking the room in communications. And this app, Discord, is solid. The $100 million Series H funding round was led by Index Ventures and Green Oaks Capital. And there were some other investors. Tencent, all right, come through Tencent. Spark Capital, IVP. We've seen IVP earlier this week, so IVP doing some big deals. Greylock, oh, everybody knows Greylock. Greylock, solid. They know what to do. And Benchmark rounding them out. All right. It says for Index, it was Danny Reamer who was the partner, and for Green Oaks, Neil Mehta. All right. If you haven't been on Discord's website, definitely worth checking out. So when you go to the website, it instantly pops up telling you with this call to action, download Discord to your computer or open Discord to your in your browser, right? And it says your place to talk, whether you're a part of school, club, gaming group, worldwide art community, or just a handful of friends that want to spend time together. Discord makes it easy to talk every day and to hang out more often. It is a solid kind of way to break down topics because they have all of these groups within your server, right? Your community that you can list things. So you can have a general board. You could have a board that's just where the administrators can talk, right? And so everything is kind of has this hierarchy, so you can choose where to go to organize information and where you go to go get it. So highly recommend Discord. You need to turn yourself on to Discord if you're not on it yet. That's a solid platform right there. And that voice chat talk room, it's solid. All right, taking a deep breath in, inhale and release. The guys and folks over at Discord, they had a vision, they had a dream. Just like you, right now, today, in your heart, there is a vision, there is a dream. You need to take movement. You need to take action. You need to head towards it. You need to advance. Don't stay on the sidelines of life. Get in on the field and advance. Push, push, push. Moving forward. Berlin. Berlin is on the map. Come through Berlin. With CoachHub. CoachHub is a digital coaching platform that uses AI to match people and business contacts. CoachHub raised 25 million pounds in a Series B funding round. 25 million euros, sorry. 25 million euros in a Series B. Checking in on the people. This is being led by, CoachHub is being led by founder, MD in finance and delivery of new work enthusiasts. All right, come through with the title. All right. And this is Maddie Nebelschultz. Nebelschultz. Let's go with that. Maddie Nebelschultz. coming through as the founder of CoachHub, uh, Chief Financial Officer Kermakan Oral, and Managing Director Yanis Nebelschultz. Okay, so I'm guessing there, you got the brother combo going on over here. Go ahead. And Chief Product Officer Jens Dimsky. Jens Dimsky. And VP of Sales Julianne Sertzel. So that's the team that is carrying for CoachHub. And here's the thing. Anything that brings AI to the table, that brings the tech and automation to the table, is going to be game changer, because we already seen the power of algorithms in our search, within our playlist, on our Netflix queues, that we depend on these recommendations based upon the attributes that we've already plugged into the system. Every time we listen to a song on Spotify or Pandora, the system, the algorithm, it learns a little bit more about us, our interests, our taste, our likes, and it can create a profile of you that's similar to profiles of others, and can begin to create recommendations that you all will kind of like, because we, even though we are different as people, we also have a lot of overlap, a lot of similarities. And different people, while they may appear different, they have a lot of, their interior motivations may be highly similar. And so CoachHub is bringing that same dynamic of AI matching to between business coaches and their clients. Right? And that's one of the difficult things. You ever go and you have to pick out a new doctor, you have to go pick out a new dentist, right? And when you go to the directory, you just see a list of names. Sometimes there's a picture, sometimes there's a little caption on what their interests are, something like that. But it's always a difficult process to know, oh, will this be a good fit, right? And so having a service that helps match you with a provider is going to be essential. And so CoachHub, using that AI technology to match individuals the with the service provider, with the coach, right? It's a solid. So moving on to their website, let's take a deep dive into CoachHub.io. You open it up. There's a woman. She's balancing a book on her head. Has this flower crown wreath, and it's a kind of artistic, so it's setting the tone and of it. It says Rethink People Development. CoachHub is a turnkey solution to transform your managers into highly effective, inspiring leaders. Request demo is the call to action, and it lists all the companies they're working with now. And I've been hearing this more and more. We're moving from the era of consultant to the era of coaching. From consulting to coaching, from consulting to coaching, where it's not just about a consultant having access to a great wisdom from on high, but it's about a coaching, a motivation, a synthesizing of the vast amounts of data, and executing a strategy, selecting a strategy, and pivoting in a strategy. And so it's moving from this kind of relationship of hierarchy, this is what you need to do, into one of more of a partnership, of a synergistic exchange, of this constant motivation, as we're moving into a new era, right? Where old systems are being replaced. It's not, a lot of times the consultants, they may have a historical view of it, but what's shaping through the pandemic is something that's unprecedented, and a new era of technology is ushering in a new way that business is being done. And so that necessitates the need for coaches, right? Through a reminders of our ethics, reminders of our values, reminders of our vision, reminders of our strategy, and when to pivot, when to turn within, right? It's a more holistic approach. And so CoachHub is providing that. Solid move, CoachHub, solid move. Taking a deep breath in, inhale. Finding your center right here in the middle of it all. And release. All right, moving on. Moving on. San Francisco, still on the map, leading the board with this next entrant on the carried heavy list today. And the name on it, you wouldn't think that this is a new startup, right? This name on this company, it sounds like it's been around for 150 years, right? Like they have been doing business with your great grandparent. That's what this name sounds like. But it has that sense of solidness to it. And this is Foresight Risk and Insurance Company, right? It sounds stable. It does not sound like a startup. It does not sound like it's new. It sounds like it's been around for a long time. Foresight Risk and Insurance Company. But so Foresight is just raised 20.5 million dollars in a Series A funding round. 20.5 million Series A funding round. And it says Foresight Risk and Insurance Services is an innovative workers' compensation market for brokers. All right, so we're going to take a deeper dive into that, see if there's some tech behind that. Let's go check out their website, Foresight Insurance. Let's see. So Foresight, smarter workers' compensation insurance built to improve strategy, lower rates of technology, lower rates with technology. Okay. So we got the tech aspect there, tech play in the insurance market. We specialize in hard to place industries. Brokers look to us for competitive rates and unparalleled value. All right, so they're focusing on construction, light industrial, manufacturing, agriculture, logistics. Okay, so these are all like these heavy industries, right, where people can get hurt, right? Construction, they can get hurt. Light industrial, they can get hurt. Agriculture, they can get hurt. People are going to be moving using these heavy machinery, massive equipment, and it may be hard to get like an appropriate quote, right? The insurance companies may try to gouge you, right? And so Foresight is thinking, okay, how can we use technology to lower the rates within these specialized classes of employment, which is definitely needed, right? Especially if you own a construction company, then you know what it's like to carry some liability insurance. If you're in logistics, if you're in warehousing, if you're running a farm, you know what it's like to get insurance on those risk areas. Insurance is major, right? And so that's what Foresight is about. Let me see if I can see where their team is. Trying to see who's behind this. They got themselves hidden. Okay, Foresight they don't want you to know. Like, who's the CEO? Let me go to their LinkedIn page. Let me just peruse this real quick and see if I see who they are. Let me see. People about. All right. No, I don't see it. But it sounds like a good action though, to be able to do specialized risk for high or specialized areas. Sounds solid. All right. So congrats, Foresight Risk and Insurance Service, 20.5 million, popping bottles, naming yachts. Their funding round, Series A, was led by Builders VC. All right, Builders, Brick and Mortar Ventures. Go ahead. So once again, these VCs are kind of specialized. It sounds like towards this construction, right? Their name sounds like construction, but I don't know if they're exactly construction. Let me see. So Transverse Insurance Group was a funder, and Blackhorn Ventures was a funder too. Darren, okay. Brick and Mortar Ventures. I knew it. See, I didn't know exactly, but from the names of the VCs, I initially thought these sound like specialized VCs for construction, right? And when I looked at who is the partner at brick and mortar ventures. It says that it's Darren Bechtel. You know, Bechtel Group, the private massive construction and engineering firm. It is massive, absolutely. It's one of the largest privately owned companies, and so if that's Bechtel is a part of that group, part of that family, then brick and mortar ventures, it if it's backing this service, which is creating more affordable insurance, then that goes a long way in helping their construction business, right? To lower their costs when they're, making, building all those projects, bridges and roads and all those things. So very, very solid. Sometimes you have to begin to look at the venture capitalists who are in your industry, right? You have to begin to see who is specializing, who would benefit from this service, right? So Foresight, they got uh, transverse insurance, right? They got people who are in the industry to back them. So solid move there. Taking a deep breath in, inhale, finding your center, and release. Don't simply stay caught up in the headlines. Put your feet on the ground. Put your pen to paper. Put your hands to keyboard. Put your finger to the screen. It is time to start working, to start building, to start endeavoring with diligence. Next up on our list for the carried heavy today, Burlingame. Burlingame is on the map. You know that's still part of the Bay Area. San Francisco adjacent. And this is Lyra Health. Lyra Health raised $175 million in Series E funding. Lyra helps businesses find the best care for mental and emotional well-being for employees. We've seen this. We've seen this. This is a trend that we've seen. We've seen it earlier this week. There was another company that was focused on the well-being of employees, the mental health of employees. And this is the thing. I just saw a series where Google was launching a series called T, and it stands for Thoughts, Energy, and Attention. And it was a series that was focused on the well-being of the employee and their performance, right? Their sense of resilience. And there's going to be a number of companies that are shifting into this dynamic where this will become an added bonus. Like just as you have an employee resource group, just as you have a wellness, health, yoga benefit package, you're going to see employee well-being become a thing. Mindfulness, they're going to do meditation, they're going to do coaching, they're going to do all sorts of things. But before I go too deep into that, let's pivot back to Lyra and see what they're all about. The people who are leading the charge over there at Lyra, co-founder and CEO David Ebersman, co-founder Bob Cocker, co-founder Brian Roberts, Chief Medical Officer Connie Chin, VP of Operations Elaine Yang. All right. Solid team over there. Let's check in on their website. So it says the best mental health care for your workforce. Care supercharged with technology. There we go. We got that technology play. I knew San Francisco would come through with that tech play, right? And it says access the best mental health providers and most effective treatments. Find the right personalized care in just a few clicks. Receive effective treatments for every need from stress to self-harm. Access a superior network of providers. Smarter mental health benefits, right? Nice, solid. So they are offering, they have a platform where you can have your virtual sessions with your therapist at. They have chat options available. This is a good move because a lot of people they don't want to go into the actual therapy office. And if they could just have it on their phone, now that we're even more accustomed with it, with FaceTime and Zoom calls during this pandemic, there's a greater degree of comfort, right? There's a greater degree of trust that, that I can have a private session in these video calls. And once people get onboarded, it's that way to that convenience of just being able to open up and click and on their phone and turn it on the video, boom, that's a game changer, right? Some people are never going to go back to the therapy office in the traditional way. They're not just going to do it. They want to do the text. They want to do it at the virtual session. Now, there are always going to be some stalwarts who want the traditional way, but there's going to be new emerging ground for individuals and this virtual session like that. So solid from Lyra, Lyra Health. And let's check in on who is funding it, who's providing the coin for this. Let me see. Oh, I can't see I can't see the VCs. I can't see the VCs. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to live. Oh, here we go. Let me see. Maybe this is it. Okay, found them. But I don't know who's a part of this particular funding round. But here are the investors. Addition, Meritech Capital Partners, Greylock, they got their fingers in everything. Providence Ventures, Tignana, Glenn Capital Management, IVP. All right, IVP. Howard Schultz. Is that Mr. Starbucks himself? Mr. Starbucks is invested in Lyra Health. All right. Listen, he got the fingerprints, and Counterpart Advisors and Adam Street Partners. So if you got Howard Schultz, if you got IVP, if you got Greylock, right? If you got the heavy hitters in the venture world, that's a good lineage to have, right? That is a good provenance. All right, so taking a deep breath in, inhale. Clarity, calm, composure, release. This is just going to be a San Francisco heavy list, right? San Francisco is just pushing through today. San Francisco, the city itself, is just shaking the room, right? As always. They're like, we hear all this talk about Austin, we hear all this talk about tech and moving to Texas. Well, let's just show you how we flex, right? San Francisco is saying, I still got it, right? They're saying, I still got it. And so this one is Avenue 8. Avenue 8 raised $4 million in seed funding today. And Avenue 8, based in San Francisco, is a residential brokerage platform built for modern agents. All right, checking in on the people. So the CEO, Justin Feichelson, CEO, senior real estate agent Ian Iverson, and co-founder Michael Martin. Checking in on their website. There's this guy in crypto, and he was saying, listen, $15 million isn't even enough to buy a nice, modest place in some cities, right? And it just made me think of that. I just thought of that when I was thinking about, San Francisco, because I'm pretty sure, I think he's from San Francisco, and he was probably referencing this. His name was Sun C, I think that's his name. And anyway, it just kind of reminded me of this. A nice, modest place, right, in San Francisco. But anyway, you go to their website, and it has these, okay, so this marketing is definitely on point for real estate, like just solid for it. It has a hero image video background wall that's just all consuming. Starts with this video, sweeping video of crossing the Golden Gate Bridge with a drone shot. It has these crane shots of the city. Then it moves between a series of homes that are very elegantly designed. It has this veranda overlooking the bay. It has the cars moving throughout the city. It has multiple angles of the Golden Gate from different perspectives. It has uh, looks like different scenery. So it looks like it has a little bit of New York, a little bit of LA, a beach house, almost looks like on the, the Mexican Riviera. It's nice. And its title says a real estate brokerage for the new age, a real estate broker for the new age. Well, it definitely has this nice sizzle video. I will give you that. Light box pops out asking for newsletter, join our newsletter. And then it goes to the featured listings, nicely laid out. It only lists it kind of like curates a listing. So it's 3 featured listings there now. And it says, our experience drives us 100 plus collective years of real estate experience, 1.5 billion in lifetime value of property sold. And then it kind of goes in what's available for sellers, what's available for buyers, and then kind of goes into the agents. And then giving back, all right, and then got some headlines. And so, yeah, Avenue 8, all right. I don't know if I see necessarily what the tech added thing is, right? How tech is being used. Okay, wait a minute. It says about our platform. Okay, so it says, we believe agents struggle with too much complex technology, whether at home or on the go. Avenue 8 agents have access to their suite of powerful tools that empower them to spend more time with clients. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so that's the thing. So check out Avenue 8 real estate play. Taking a deep breath in, inhale, and release. Moving on. Moving on. San Francisco, still saying, listen, Austin, listen, Singapore, listen, New York. Everybody thinking they're taking my crown. Everybody thinking that San Francisco is taking the L. Everybody thinks that San Francisco is loser T. Well, let me tell you, San Francisco is saying, I am still producing. I'm still Una. I'm still shaking the room. And so with that, Verily, based in San Francisco, just raised, it says 2.5 billion. It's not I looking at that right, 2.5 billion. So let me see if that was all in just this funding round. Okay, so Verily, Google's health-focused sibling, raises 700 million to rapidly scale up commercial work. Okay. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. I was like, wait a minute, something about this just doesn't seem right, right? What's going on here? But Verily should be on your radar since it's Google's sibling, right? That alone is enough, right? That provenance alone, that connection alone is enough to say, pay attention, wake up, alert, 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 right? This is going to carry, right? They got the alphabet backing them. They got Google backing them. They got the power of search backing them, right? It can drive traffic. So Verily, it says develops tools and devices to collect, organize, and activate health data. We've seen a number of these health data plays, right? Data analytics, synthesizing data. We've seen that. And the people leading the charge, CFO Duncan Wellsteed, Chief Medical Officer Jessica Mega. All right, Jessica Mega. Carolyn Wang, Head of Communications. Brian Otis, Chief Technical Officer. I don't see the CEO listed here, but it's okay. Checking in on the website, Verily, open the page. It opens very tech, nice, clean header, Verily, lowercase. Um, They do screening for returning to work. They already are pitching that. Now offering comprehensive screening, testing, and ongoing safety measures for healthy at work. Join organizations like Brown and University of Alabama, um, facilitating safe return to shared spaces. So definitely targeting some of the universities and research centers where people are already starting to go back to do work where you can't do research, laboratory research in your home, right? You don't have the equipment, you don't have the proper facilities, you don't have you just can't do that same sort of research, right? And it's really needed. So some things you can't do remotely as of yet. And so they're really kind of targeting those sectors there. Then it has some large type, and it says, "We are at the convergence of healthcare data, science, technology, building integrated solutions to improve human health. Our work is dedicated to collecting, organizing, and activating health information so people enjoy healthier lives," right? So it's like this bold mission statement right there, what they are working towards, what they are moving towards. There's no doubt about it. I mean, their text is massive, like in terms of how large it is. The font size is big. You cannot miss it. They are almost as if they're screaming at you and saying, "Our work is dedicated to collecting, organizing, and activating health information so people enjoy healthier lives." And then it talks about some of its care solutions and innovation. So solid move by Verily. Like I said, their lineage, their provenance, their partners, they're going to carry. So that's Verily. Taking a deep breath in, inhale, and release. Menlo Park on the map. Come through Menlo Park. Still Bay Area, still part of that Silicon Valley. Here we go. It's Octave Bioscience. Octave Bioscience raised $32 million in Series B funding. Octave Bioscience is an early stage molecular diagnostics company focused on neurodegenerative diseases and conditions. All right, so highly specialized. Here we go. Founder and CEO William Hagstrom, and COO and chief and co-founder is Melinda Thomas. So William and Melinda kind of doing this biotech play with early stage molecular diagnostics of neurodegenerative diseases. Okay, let me visit their website. Nice. It looks very scientific, right? It has the opens with this image of what looks like a genome or some sort of chemistry pattern, right? Of interactions between different molecules. Looks like that. Very blue, overlaid with Octave is developing a comprehensive first-in-class care management platform featured to feed into structured analytical data models to improve patient management decisions and create better outcomes with lower costs. All right, so that is Octave Bioscience. Solid, solid, solid move there. Taking a deep breath in, inhale. And release. So if you're still with me, if you're still managing to hold this space with me, then you are carrying. You made it through. You made it through the carried heavy 7. You heard about what people are doing, and now it's time to think about what you are doing. At Try Flourishing, our mission, what we're all about, is we are creating a contemplative space, a contemplative community where we can share business news, but also say, in a very important way, making money is not enough. We talked about the funding, we talked about the numbers, we talked about popping bottles, we talked about naming yachts, we talked about mission and purpose and building and value. And some of you may begin to think that that is where the story ends. But the reality is that is not where the story ends. It's only where it begins. And you are called to something more than simply making money. You are called to something more than simply gaining influence. You are called to something more than simply just living your best life and getting what you want. You're called to a virtuous life. You're called to wisdom and compassion. And I want to invite you to begin to get back in touch with your closely held values, get near your heart, slow down. And one way you can do that is through meditation, through practicing mindfulness in your life. And so if you visit tryflourishing.org, there are some resources there on how you can learn meditation and apply them to your life. And if you feel so implied or compelled, you can also visit our sponsor page and figure out how you can contribute, support what we're doing here, our work here. And then you will be featured on that ROI number you see. Every show that we have a little percentage up there. You can choose what the percent ROI for the daily show is, and you could also choose the city that is the background image for our show. So that's something for you to consider. One, meditate. Two, consider supporting our work. All right, everyone. It's been real. Continue building, continue advancing, continue to realign to your axis. Until next time, Omri, Los Angeles, try flourishing. See you next time. Popping bottles and naming yachts. Carry heavy today.